Survive Together is a notoriously hard game where you have to gather resources, fight enemies, and run for your life as the inevitability of your demise looms over your shoulder. Despite this harsh reality, I, Guacamole, yes, that is my name, and my friend Ultra are going to be trying to survive as best as we can. Upon creating this world, we turned the difficulty to relaxed, as this is like our 10th attempt at a world where we don't inevitably lose our stuff and die. We also added a few quality of life mods as well, to make it easier to see important info. But besides that, this is the start of our journey. I'll let Ultra explain these next few days.
Hi, my name's Ultra, daytime world champion of not being a world champion, and this is what happens on days 1 to 2. Days 1 to 2 spent gathering a few essential resources such as sticks, grass, and flint to start making tools like an axe, pickaxe, and hammer to collect logs, stones, and deconstruct innocent pig houses respectively. This is where I should tell you about characters. Upon joining a world, you can choose a character to play as. There are currently 19 playable characters you can choose. All of these characters have their own special roles and abilities. I chose the character Winona, a handy woman with decent stats and the ability to make special machinery. Guacamole chose Wigford, an absolute beast specialized in combat, where the only downside is the fact that she can only eat meat. She automatically starts with a spear and battle helmet, making her one of the best offensive roles in the game. I should also note that characters have 3 main stats, being their health, hunger, and sanity. Sanity comes into play as the day goes from day to evening to night, as sanity decreases the darker the day gets. At night, it is crucial to make a light source of some sort, like a torch or campfire, as the scary night monster Charlie causes your health to go down if you're in the dark with no light source. Having no light at night also makes your sanity go down, and if your sanity reaches below 30, you become insane, and then crawling horrors come out to kill you. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. Oh no, my sanity's too low. Get me! It is I, the nightmare creatures. Now die! Ah! Am I in the back rooms? Days 3 and 5 were... I'm getting a call. Give me a sec. Hello?
Okay, back to me. While we were searching for the elusive golden rocks, which give you a valuable resource in gold, an item used for making crafting stations. We explored a lot that day and had a lot of close encounters, such as killer tentacles in a war with killer merms, which almost led us to our demise. Luckily, the war that was going on allowed us to get lots of food, because of how many creatures were dying. We found a few golden rocks on the way, but there weren't very much. There was also a tall bird there that kept pestering us, so we killed it and ate it. We accidentally stumbled into Dragonfly's boss arena also. While I thought Dragonfly was neutral, as soon as Ultra came within 200 feet of her, she immediately decimated us, killing us both, which really annoyed me. It was a long trek back to spawn, but we eventually got our stuff back and got the heck out of there. While on our long trek, we came across many different biomes. Sadly, while coming back to get our stuff, we got stuck in the dark without a torch, which was very bad. Luckily, I'm goated at PvP, so I murdered the nightmare creatures before they could even get a hit off. But sadly, at the end of day 5, Ultra got decimated by a crawling horror, so womp womp.
How's that for a womp womp, Guacamole? Days 6 to 10 were relatively chill. We explored in search of Beefalo, a useful mob that would allow us to survive the freezing cold of winter, a season that would soon come. On our journey, we found a plethora of raccoons, a raccoon-looking mob that could help us prepare for winter as well, as it has a tail that can be used in a variety of crafting recipes. Of course, because of this, we mated the entire raccoon population to exploit their resources for our own benefit. Once we got back home, I made an alchemy engine, an upgraded crafting station compared to the cheaper science machine we used to craft before. We then created backpacks, a very useful early game item that gave you 8 extra portable inventory slots. It was about this time that we decided we needed food, so we crafted the crock pot, a culinary device that allowed us to make different types of food. This allowed us to eat food that could restore hunger much better than eating it raw. On day 8, we ran into a tier 2 spider nest. We needed silk for tents, which were able to restore health and sanity at the cost of hunger. So we charged the nest. The nest went down without much of a fight, and we got some silk. But we knew that we had to kill a lot more spiders than that in order to get enough silk for a tent for the both of us. It was during the night of day 8 that this challenge was set. Remember when I said days 6 to 10 would chill? Well, I lied. Because now, it was Guacamole versus the entire Pigman village. Yep, that's right. Guacamole got slain by the pigmen. And the thing that makes this so bad is the fact that I just so happened to place a campfire right next to where he died. I think you know where I'm headed with this. Oh no, pick up the stuff. No, the stuff's trying to burn. I tried to save what I could, but I couldn't save everything. All of this occurred while the pigmen that started all of this started nonchalantly sleeping next to the campfire. I guess this was karma for mauling his poor pig house, so game is game. On day 9, we got revenge by destroying the rest of the village and killing all the pigmen, including the pigmen that killed Guacamole. We then started exploring again and ended up in a wood fortress of some kind. It didn't have much loot, so we burnt it down. I guess I should have learned that I shouldn't play with fire, because once the fire was going, I saw a chest that we forgot to loot still in the fortress, so I decided to quickly try to loot it and get away from the fire. But somehow, I forgot that I was on literal life support with how low my HP was, so I ended up burning in the fire. Guacamole tried to save my stuff, but he inevitably also died as crawling horrors decided it was their time to strike. Now it was this time where we reached a record low. We didn't know if we should continue this challenge. All of his stuff burned. Most of it was gone, and to put salt on the wound, the trek back was really far away. Luckily though, we decided to persist, and with patience and sheer determination, we persisted. We managed to get most of our stuff back, and I even found out what was in the chest. It was this cool fire staff that could light stuff on fire. Good thing I still haven't learned my lesson. And so, despite this major setback, and winter coming up soon, we had to continue.
Days 11 through 15. Ultra picked up my stuff while I was responding from the latest fire fiasco. After I got my stuff, we proceeded to open a sinkhole and murder the battlers inside because I needed food. Then, there was a full moon on day 11, which meant we could see at night and it was cool. After that, on day 12, we split up. I went to go find some beefalo, while Ultra fertilized the berry bush and made meatballs. On the way to find the beefalo, I came across a large gold rock and palmbird pile. Obviously, I did what everybody else would. I ransacked everything in sight, murdered the civilians, took their children, and used the children to make tall Scotch eggs. As it turns out, tall Scotch eggs are actually a pretty good food item, restoring a considerable amount of hunger, sanity, and health. However, I already murdered all the civilians, so sadly, we couldn't eat any more of their children. Finally, on day 13, I struck beefalo. There was like 50 of them because I turned the beefalo saying the lots on the world settings. I started killing beefalo looking for horns. I probably killed like 10 beefalo before I found what I was looking for. 2 beefalo horns. You see, the next season was winter, where it would get really cold. So we needed insulation, which was mainly provided by beefalo hats, which give you the most insulation. Also, I needed some meat. In between, we also destroyed some spider dens and murdered the civilians inside to get silk to make tents. After we decimated the dens, Ultra went insane and also started starving. And when I dropped him a Tolbert egg to eat, when he respawned, I was with the beefalo and waited for him to come, and that's where we stand at the end of day 15. Okay, beefalo, I think we're far enough away from the herd now. It's time for you, beefalo, to meet your demise. Yeah. You gotta hit off. Touche. Yeah. Wait. What's that sound? Ah!
Days 16 to 19 were spent gathering resources such as grass, logs, and food to prepare for winter, along with finally making tents and preparing a bunch of meaty stews. Now, you might have noticed how I've been talking about winter so much. This is because winter and Don't Starve Together should not be under-exaggerated. All of our other good attempts at a world were demolished by us not being prepared enough for winter. This is because winter has a mechanic known as freezing, which causes you to freeze, which lowers your health. Winter also has the longest nights, meaning that the best way to survive winter is to sit next to your fireplace, sipping a hot cocoa in your insulated hut, praying a freaking 15-foot Cyclops doesn't wander into your local vicinity. While searching for resources, we found a gear from the scrapyard that was near to our base and mined some ice to make an icebox, which helps prevent food from spoiling. Seeing as we had a lot of meat, we needed the icebox. And that is where we stand at the end of day 19.
We hope you guys enjoyed this shorter, more edited version compared to what we did before. We had a blast making it. Anyways, that's all for now. See ya!